potentially devastating threat. None of us could have foreseen what this year would hold. But through our pain and our trauma, we showed who we are. We learned our neighbors' names and what they needed from the store. We masked up to save lives. We ordered in to save jobs. And we saw how unfair the world still was. The pandemic hit us all, but it hit some of us worse, taking too many of our seniors, too many of our poor in too many communities of color. And it reminded us just how much work we still have left to do. And I know we all want to see and build a stronger, a more hopeful, a more resilient, and yes, a more just city. But if there's one thing I know from my 8 years of service as your mayor, it's that Los Angeles doesn't run from challenges, we rise to them. We find the reason to get to yes, to set the bar for justice and to clear it. And no one should ever bet against us, not against our spirit, our grit, or our people. Strength and love, LA. Good night.
With the arrival of the COVID-19 vaccine, communities of color are slowly responding to the message of getting their dose as soon as possible. And Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez is leading by example. She brought her own family to get the vaccine, and she invited Channel 35 to tag along. Check this out.
Today my family and I are taking the opportunity as a result of the April 15th eligibility for us to get our COVID-19 vaccine. I think it's really important that families come together to show solidarity and help give the example of how important it is for all of us to get this vaccine. You barely feel anything, but there's a great deal of relief knowing that we're already getting the access, and I'm just so grateful for our firefighters, for the nursing staff with CORE that has done an outstanding job since the beginning of the pandemic activating here at Hansen Dam. It's not just about protecting ourselves, it's about protecting our community. And the sooner everyone gets access to the vaccine, the sooner we can actually go to greater in-person activities. We're asking everyone to please just do their part to go take the vaccine. We've made it as available as we can possibly make it. And so just pick up the phone, call, whether it's our council office or the CORE site, so that everyone can get registered and get access to that vaccine. Ya me vacuné.
Over the past year, news has been inundated with death tolls as a result of the pandemic. But as we ease back into a new normal, we are reminded that the same real threats to health and safety still exist and need addressing. Councilmember Paul Koretz was on hand to introduce a new traffic signal that will make one community much safer.
February 17th, Monique was driving home from work at around 5 o'clock, heading east on Olympic, when a 17-year-old man driving a Lamborghini going around 120 miles an hour collided with her vehicle, totaling it and ultimately taking her life.
Monique era una muchacha linda. Ella tenía un corazón de oro. Ella hacía lo que podía por todos, sus amigos, la familia. Ella tenía un espíritu para ayudarles a todos. Y llena de amor para todos.
As a result of our close work and partnership with LADOT, we were able to expedite a protected left turn signal here at Olympic and Overland.
It's hard to be here. My son was killed 10 years ago in Sherman Oaks. He was a pedestrian killed by a speeding hit and run. While I want to applaud all the measures that have been taken for speed mitigation, I think I want to reach out to the public out there and ask them to do their part. They have to stop driving so fast. They have to stop driving recklessly and taking people's lives.
I don't believe that that 17-year-old left his house that day and meant to kill somebody. I think this is a terrible tragedy all around.
I'm working with the Department of Transportation to put several measures in place that should be helpful in curtailing speeding. For example, the department will be installing what is known by traffic engineers as rest on red for several traffic signals during peak hours at several key intersections. This will force drivers speeding ahead of other vehicles to come to a complete stop at an intersection before the signal turns green again. We'll also be installing several electronic feedback signs that tell you how fast you're going, that instinctively makes people assess their speed and slow down.
Councilmember Gil Cedillo and his team have once again joined forces with Cultiva LA to bring bags of fruits and vegetables to the surrounding communities in need. Channel 35 was there to catch the pop-up event at this thriving urban garden.
We are here building community. We're launching our food truck. We're promoting food giveaways. And we're laying the foundation for a community that will emerge from COVID-19 stronger, more united, more focused.
Este evento es muy importante para la comunidad porque estamos aliviando los alimentos que a veces las personas, las familias no tienen para ir a comprar a la tienda, especialmente cuando viene como frutas frescas y vegetales.
We actually grow produce here in the area. This is a 1/4 of an acre community garden here in downtown LA. Frescura es de calidad. Aquí nos enfocamos mucho en la calidad del producto, entonces un valor promedio de una bolsa serían unos $30 a $35.
No, de nada. Gracias.
Sí, nosotros tenemos un programa actualmente con la oficina del concejal Gil Cedillo y esto va a durar por un año hasta mayo del 2022. So, vamos a seguir haciendo estos pop-up events. Tenemos 2 en el Distrito 1. Cada semana lo hacemos en diferentes lugares para poder ayudar a las familias en todo el distrito.
We have literally fed tens of thousands of families throughout this period through ongoing efforts with the Central City Neighborhood Partners and with Cultiva and our other partners throughout this district. And so this is one of something we do every single week.
Members of Team Cedillo were in Eagle Rock recently for the activation of a newly installed pedestrian crosswalk. The crosswalk was installed to increase driver and pedestrian safety. Check it out.
This is a rectangular flashing beacon system. It's to give pedestrians a safer access route across the street.
We have 4 of these safety crosswalks with the lights that have gone in the last week. And this is something that's extremely important, making sure that our constituents and everybody else in Los Angeles are safe when they're walking. And it makes cars safer when you are able to slow them down a little bit. When you come up and you turn it on,
yellow lights are flashing.
Lights come up so you can see them, and it's really, really effective at night, but it also works well during the day. There have been accidents on this stretch on Eagle Rock Boulevard. It's right next to some freeway off-ramps and on-ramps, so you get some people that aren't from the neighborhood in this neighborhood. It's very important that bicyclists and pedestrians are aware of their surroundings as well as our vehicle drivers as well. That's really what this is about, is to bring awareness to everyone so that they're focused on the fact that it's a crosswalk.
Check out a study counting walking and biking in LA. Councilmember O'Farrell brings tiny homes to Echo Park, and City Attorney Mike Fewer secures an injunction against a vaping manufacturer. These stories up next on City Beats.
The Los Angeles Department of Transportation has released a report of its findings from the 2019 Walk and Bike Count. The report uncovered trends in active city travel broken down by demographic. The report suggests a 14% increase in women biking, particularly on roads with lanes dedicated to cyclists. The report also explores how transportation investments can make streets feel safer and more comfortable for people of all ages and abilities. To read the full report, visit ladlt.lacity.org/walk-bike-count. Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell recently toured a new tiny homes village for people experiencing homelessness in the 13th District. These tiny homes, what Councilmember O'Farrell is calling safe sleep cabins, are designed by formerly homeless individuals and will include access to showers and other services. With construction ahead of schedule, it is expected that as many as 74 people will be moved in and off the streets by mid-May. City Attorney Mike Feuer has announced that his office has secured a court ruling in his 2018 lawsuit against Candy Pens. Candy Pens Incorporated is a California-based company that manufactures tobacco products, including vaping devices and e-liquids. Feuer alleged that Candy Pens targeted young consumers with social media marketing and did not restrict access to its social media ads for persons under 21. A city attorney investigator was able to purchase tobacco products from the Candy Pens website while posing as a teen customer, in direct violation of California's Stake Act. Candy Pens will be required to pay a $1.2 million penalty for past violations.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, Councilmember John Lee has been helping small businesses in District 12 with recovery loans. And he has a philosophy that businesses like Los Toros Mexican Restaurant are happy to comply with. Basically, instead of paying loans back, Councilmember Lee asked that they pay it forward to the community. Take a look.
Los Toros, an iconic restaurant in my district, it was part of our business relief program. So we got them a $25,000 grant. We asked them, instead of paying it back, to give that money, pay it forward back to the community. And so we reached out to our community, asked them to nominate someone who was deserving of a free dinner. They nominated, we picked these families, and tonight, here's the result.
It's a special day today. We're doing this dinner on us. It's a way of giving back to our community and having them just come back, have dinner, relax, and try to get, over this pandemic fatigue. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. Enjoy your margaritas.
Yes.
Be patient. I'm in the kitchen, so, it takes a little bit, but hey, enjoy, okay?
Yes, enjoy. Thank you, guys.
Small businesses are the backbone of Los Angeles, of any city. And so we knew immediately when COVID hit that supporting those small businesses was going to keep people employed and keep restaurants like this stabilized throughout the pandemic. So again, we did this with hundreds of other businesses throughout Los Angeles to make sure that people stayed employed. Restaurants and salons and all sorts of businesses survived throughout the pandemic.
I love it. I love it. This is great. This is the greatest thing that John could pull off, and we're very appreciative. And living in this community, we love it, and it's the greatest thing.
Y dar a la comunidad han organizado esta cena esta noche gratuitamente para personas que están en necesidad o personas que han hecho algo especial durante el tiempo de COVID para ayudar a la comunidad.
Throughout this whole year, we're going to be doing little projects like this. We're going to go to the police department, to the fire department, feed some teachers. We already fed nurses. We fed some of the homeless. It's just a way to just try to, make people try to forget about this pandemic and just feel normal again.
Team Harris Dawson of the 8th District invited Channel 35 to the future site of a new pocket park at Destination Crenshaw. The park is one of many attractions that will promote cultural awareness when visitors ride the new Metro Crenshaw line. Here's a peek.
So we're here at the intersection of Crenshaw Boulevard and Lemert Boulevard at the future site of Sankofa Park. And Sankofa Park will be one of a series of pocket parks that are part of Destination Crenshaw and will populate the Crenshaw Boulevard adjacent to the Metro Crenshaw line. What this project is designed to do is ensure that people who are riding on this new Metro line, who are visiting Los Angeles and arriving through LAX, have no option but to understand the cultural contributions that African Americans have made to this area. It's designed to preserve this community, and it's all been designed with the feedback and engagement of South LA residents. So we worked with residents, we conducted surveys, we found out what their concerns were regarding this metro line, and really we designed this project with those concerns in mind to proactively prevent the cultural erasure that many people fear. Right before the pandemic in 2020, we capped off Black History Month with a celebration right here, where we broke ground right here on this site, the future site of Sankofa Park. We had thousands of residents in attendance, we had live performances, and really the goal was to capture exactly what the feel and the look of the project would be once complete. And as you drive down Crenshaw, you can even see current artwork that we had commissioned from artists right here in the community to just start to give folks the sense of what the project is going to look and feel like once it's complete. So there's been a lot of community engagement at every point, and we have a lot of community support as well. So this project is really designed to preserve, celebrate, and cultivate the rich creative community that exists here in the heart of South LA.
The Los Angeles Football Club recently showed their appreciation for essential workers. The organization honored 700 essential workers with an invitation to Banc of California Stadium in recognition.
15 ayes. These items are adopted.
Okay, let's go into public comment. Madam Clerk, please read the calling information.
Thank you, Madam President. And as indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. And finally, when you hear the last 4 digits of your phone number, press star 6. And again, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. And finally, when you hear the last 4 digits of your phone number, press star 6.
To members of the public calling in, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items that you'd like to speak on. You have 1 minute per item to speak, up to 3 minutes total, and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items before starting general public comment. We'll tell you when your time's up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not speaking on topic, or if we can't tell whether you're on topic, you'll get one brief warning from me or the president. If you do not immediately get clearly on topic or again stray off topic, you will be cut off, forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next speaker. We'll take 40 minutes total of public comment. The items that are open for public comment are items 1 through 10 and 15 through 33. That's 1 through 10 and 15 through 33. Finally, for members of the public calling to speak, as soon as you hear someone address you by reading off the last 4 digits of your phone number or other identifying information if you're calling in a block number, it's your turn to speak. Please at that point immediately press star 6 to tell us which items you want to speak on. We understand you may be listening to the meeting on another device or channel 35. If you are, please keep one ear to the phone, however, because when we read off your identifying information, you have to press star 6 right away, and there's a brief time delay between the broadcast and the live meeting. And if you're only listening to the broadcast, you may not press star 6 quickly enough, and we may think you're no longer on the line and move on to the next person. Also, if you are listening on another device, as soon as you hear us identify you, please turn down the volume on those devices right away. Because of the time delay and feedback, it will cause a lot of confusion if you continue to listen on the other devices. Thank you, Madam President, and we are ready to begin public comment.
Okay, start with the first caller.
Caller ending in 1669, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Hassan, and I would like to speak on public comment.
You have a minute. Please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Hassan. I'm a member with ACE. I live in District 15. I strongly support the Anti-Harassment Public Plus, the 12th Amendment proposed by the Councilwoman Nitya Raman. It will be protecting tenants and create a sky for enforcement. I do not support the Landlord's Amendment proposed by Councilor Lee. This will create more harassment and give landlords a free out jail card by cutting harassment. You cannot hear harassment. I'm a person that was affected by, a landlord that was greedy and then charged me $600, and I had to move because I have no way to fight back because it was an industrial tenant house. So with that said, we're dealing with the crisis right now of COVID-19, and we should be protecting tenants, not letting them down by not protecting and amending this amendment, where they can be put in the street right now and contract COVID and most likely die. We're not talking about individuals.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 3328, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Yes, my name is Grinnell Washington. I'd like to make a general comment on the Anti-Harassment Ordinance.
Please, you have 1 minute. Please begin.
Thank you, Council. I'm disabled. I suffer from major depression. I asked the Council to support and pass the Permanent Tenant Anti-Harassment Ordinance with the amendments brought forth by the council person, Nathia Rahman of the 4th District. Those amendments, keep in mind, protect the tenants more inclined than the amendments proposed by Councilmember Lee's amendments do. Councilmember Lee's amendments let the landlords pretty much get a free pass to harass their tenants. Currently, I have been subjected to fake eviction notices. My garage hasn't been fixed. My belongings have been stolen, and my landlord hasn't even been able to respond to that, but yet he's still pursuing to try to evict me. So pretty much passing this would definitely help people such as myself to just have a frame of mind and peace. Just do something for the people. It has nothing to do with landlords losing any money. Thank you, and I appreciate all the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 8103, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Good morning. My name is Lionel Mares from Council District 6. I'd like to make a general comment, please.
Sure, you have 1 minute. Please begin.
Yes, I participated in last week's listening session with Paul Krikorian and Ms. Noreen Martinez, my council member and president. I expressed that we should, regarding the budget proposed by the Mayor Garcetti, that we should divert as much money from the LEPD to job placement services, employment services, training, social services that will help the impoverished communities and the unhoused communities, because that's a lot of money. I mean, that's millions to billions of dollars. So that money could make a huge difference for the low-income Americans who are suffering, and myself included, because it's really tough, the bills and everything, and many people are on the brink of becoming homeless because they're trying to survive paycheck by paycheck, and many of the people who make so much money, like the LAPD or senior staff, don't.
Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 5245, press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 5245, press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 7649, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, this is Carla Makowski, and I'd like to speak on public comment.
Sure, you have 1 minute. Please begin.
Hi, I want to thank all the council for all of your hard work. I understand because of COVID, we're all dealing with a lot, and that there's a a halt on the clearing of a lot of our homeless encampments and a pause on the bulky item pickup at encampments. And I was just wondering if now that our levels are lower for COVID, if we could maybe perhaps rethink that policy, because in my neighborhood, there's a lot of what one man's treasure, it may be called, is really just a lot of items all over the place, and it's become an unsanitary condition. And the reason I'm calling is because my daughter was playing outside yesterday, and we live in an area where there's a lot of encampments, and she picked up a dead rat, and I was just hoping that the council could maybe rethink that.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 2549, press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 2549, press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 3605, press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 3605, press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 0798, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Yes, general public comment. This is George from Highland Park.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. I just wanted to quickly thank our city council members, particularly for Corin, Farrell, and Corinth for their work and their initiatives on the single-use plastics. I am sick of seeing them every day I order takeout, so thank you for that. It's good. It should have been done a decade ago, but this is the America we live in. Also, I hope that the mayor follows through with his initiatives on the environmental goals that he has and continues to fund the wildlife programs, revamp our electric grid, and sustainable energy programs. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker.
Caller ending in 1112, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hola, mi nombre es Sergio Vargas. I'd like to speak on general comments.
And you have a minute. Please begin, sir.
Thank you. Well, I'm Sergio. I'm a member of ACE, and I live in District 8. This message is for Nudi Martinez and also Gil Cedillo. I strongly support the anti-harassment motion, plus the 12 amendments proposed by Councilwoman Nithya Raman. These amendments would protect tenants and also create a guide for us to be able to enforce this law, because without enforcement, it means nothing, right? I strongly urge you to oppose completely the landlord amendments proposed by Councilman Lee. This would create more harassment because it would give landlords a free out of jail card by curating harassment. You cannot curate harassment. You cannot curate calling child services. You cannot curate the trauma that is being inflicted on kids when kids see a landlord yelling at their parents, for no reason. So please support the anti-harassment proposed by Councilwoman Nithya Raman. It's very important to protect our Angelinos at this moment in this pandemic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 7719, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Yes, it's Eric Previn. I'd like to speak on several items at 28, 28, 7, 18, the anti-harassment, and 33, the closed session, which is the Alliance lawsuit. Okay?
Sure. So you have 3 minutes for items 1 through 10 and 15 through 33, followed by a minute for general public comment. Please begin, Mr. Previn.
Okay, and let's stipulate that these are protected by the Constitution, these remarks, so no interrupting. The Alliance lawsuit is a great drama unfolding in Los Angeles. It's a tragedy. Judge Carter, who has been disrupting the meeting, wants the mayor to put $1 billion aside and solve this problem once and for all with the County Board of Supervisors. Skip Miller, the lawyer for the supervisors, and everybody are trying to throw it all out. So everybody knows that. But the judge was very clear, and he said that he wants a detailed breakdown of the funding sources and the uses, the objectives, the methods, and the means, so that he and the court can monitor the implementation of the plan. Well, what a great idea. What a great idea. But the problem is, that's the job ordinarily of the residents and the public. But by blocking access, by shortening and canceling Friday meetings, the supervisors have canceled half of their meetings. You're not following the governor's order, which is to, observe reasonable discretion while maximizing transparency and access. We have virtually no idea. And Krikorian, bless his heart, and I want to say how proud we are that Jack Humphreyville cited Richard Llewellyn's recommendations today in the City Watch as excellent budget recommendations. So that's very nice. But he's got a budget hearing where they basically have replaced appropriate hearings where each department will present, the public will have a chance to poke and ask, and then they'll come back and we'll do it one more time. And that's it. That's about 80 items. You have almost 50 items on your agenda today, or 35, but whatever. The point being that has all been replaced by a 60-second slug at the beginning to discuss the budget in its entirety. So it's a mockery, of a sham of two mockeries. Item 25 is the Greater United Way. Thank you so much. They are coming together with $75,000 to do a study. The question I have is, this is the same United Way that, could they also pay Sachi Hamai, the CEO of LA County, the $1.5 million that we are giving her as an exit because she alleged harassment? Today is Anti-Harassment Day. The sheriff obviously was engaged in a fight with Sachi Hamai, but I don't think people think of it the same way as the kinds of harassment we're talking about for the people who are tenants. And
so, Mr. Previn, which item are you on?
Which item? I was on 25, the Greater United Way study, but thank you for asking. Let's move back to 18, which is the Banner program. One of the many Banner programs. This one's in Bloomingfield's district. I want to just tip for people that take your kid or another nice kid who can't afford it to the Art of a Brick, which is at the State Science Center, which is free. Mr. Ridley Thomas and the mayor are going to talk to George Lucas about making it free to get into the Museum of Narrative Storytelling that George Lucas and Melody Hobson are finishing up soon. And if they are not going to make it free to people in Los Angeles, what a great, horrifying narrative. The narrative should be access. You can sell little Star Wars tchotchkes, Falble. There's no problem with that. But you must allow the children in. And the people, all people, because it's an outrage. We've given them Exposition Park. And Exposition Park, tragically, there was a death there yesterday, I believe, but is a part of our history, and it's the center of our city. And the state has it right, inviting people to museums for free. Lego should pick up the cost of any admission to make kids not feel like crap for not being able to afford to see Art of the Brick. But listen, you guys are doing a great job, and I want to reiterate that the public really should be attending these meetings, and we should get back to square one. And it's good to wear masks, but let's also all get vaccinated if you haven't already, because this will really help make it safe. So,
thank you, Mr. Previn.
Caller ending in 2549, *62 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 2549, press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 3605, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
¿Me escuchan?
Which items would you like to speak on, speaker? Speaker, are you there? Press *6 right now if you are.
Hello.
Oh.
Hola. Hola, hola.
Hola, sí la escucho.
¿Me escuchan?
Sí, la escucho.
Hola, muy buenos días.
Good morning.
Mi nombre es Nancy Villanueva.
My name is Nancy Villanueva.
Soy miembro de la organización ACE.
And I am a member of the organization ASEN.
Soy del Distrito 9.
I am from 9th District.
Apoyo la ley antiacoso y las enmiendas de Nichan Raman que sí protegen a los inquilinos.
And I support the anti-harassment laws and the amendments by Councilmember Roman that are supporting the individuals, protecting the individuals.
Mis familiares y amigos han sufrido mucho solo por ser inquilinos.
My family and friends have suffered a lot just for being tenants.
Han tenido acoso extremo.
They have
Esto ha crecido demasiado y no hay nada que detenga a estos propietarios abusivos.
They've been the victims of horrible harassment, and this is being increasing, and there's nothing that can stop these landlords.
Es por eso que necesitamos una ley más poderosa,
That is why we need like a more powerful law,
como las enmiendas de Nichan Raman.
as the amendments of Mitch and Roman.
Quiero notificar que no apoyo las enmiendas propuestas por Lee.
But I want to say that I do not support the amendments made by Councilmember Lee.
Tienen que entender que si apoyan esto, va a hacer que crezca más el acoso.
You have to understand that if you support these amendments, then the harassment is going to get worse.
Por favor, es una urgencia tener una ley más fuerte para parar esto.
Please, it is an emergency that we really need to have stronger laws to be able to stop this.
Quiero agradecer por la traducción.
And thank you for the translation.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Speaker.
Caller ending in 2549, press star 6. Caller ending in 2549, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 2549, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the
Aló.
items you'd like to speak on.
Aló, buenos días.
Buenos días, la escucho.
¿Sí me escucha?
Sí, la escucho.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Carmen.
My name is Carmen.
Soy miembro de la organización ACE del Distrito 9.
And I am a member of the organization ASE from 9th District.
Les pido por favor apoyen la enmienda del antiacoso del concejal Rama. Estamos sufriendo un acoso.
We are suffering harassment, so I beg you to please support the amendments of Councilmember Roman.
Acoso verbal por la dueña de que nos manda personas a que nos golpeen, a que nos pateen las puertas, a que nos bloqueen entradas.
So we are suffering the harassment of the landlord who is sending people to verbally abuse us and kick our doors and beat us.
Tengo viviendo 25 años en este lugar.
And I've been living in this place for 25 years.
Les pido por favor apoyen a esta enmienda antiacoso.
So please support this amendment, anti-harassment.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 6022, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 6022, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 6022, press star 6 to unmute yourself.
Caller ending in the 4024, please unmute yourself. Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
Speaker, please press star 6 and tell us which items you'd like to speak on.
Molly, I want to speak on items 1 through 10, and for that stupid attorney, 15 through number 33, and including number 18 on banners, okay? And
So
public comment. Don't forget public comment.
You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please be.
Well, item number 1 starts off with that jackass dealing with his permit for alcohol. That's all we need in Los Angeles. More criminals, intoxication, and public rioting for more alcohol, you stupid asshole. And remember, alcohol is a drug. It hypnotizes people to do bad things and sometimes don't remember things like you, Mr. Popple. Number 18, regarding Mr. Previn's comment about banners, he's right. Fuck George Lucas. No free banners in our community because we can't go to the museums. And what a cunt Mr. George Lucas is to all people of color. Fuck you, George Lucas, and your stupid ideas in our black neighborhoods, nigger.
So, Mr. Speaker, I'm going to hold your time for 1 second. Don't hang up.
I'm not hanging up. What are you doing?
Mute him.
What are you doing?
Speaker,
Let me finish my...
Speaker, don't hang up. You're going to get the balance of your time. But before you go any further, I'd like you to urge you not to use those racially charged epithets. They're not necessary for making your point, and that language really creates an intolerable environment for other people who want to participate in the council meetings. So please go ahead. You press *6 and unmute yourself and continue.
Thank you for the interruption, sir. Now regarding my Snyder versus Phelps, number 09751 for the record, decided March 2nd, 2011. The fags have doomed our nation. Now to my general public comment, Mr. Asshole.
Please
for
go ahead, you have a
interrupting
minute.
me. The picketers peacefully displayed their signs stating, "Thank God for faggot soldiers. Fags doom nations and America is doomed, and priests that rape boys and LAPD that fuck cadets, you fucking faggot attorneys. All you motherfuckers are going to hell." Now, I don't want to say these insightful words, but I'm trying to be like Maxine Waters, a dumb nigger. Just like you, fat mommy, a dumb nigger.
This is not on topic and unnecessary.
Oh, you shut up and don't interrupt me.
Hey, you're off topic. Get on topic here.
Speaker, continue.
Press *6 to unmute yourself.
Tell that fucking nigger not to interrupt me. He's disrupting my fucking public comment of 60 seconds.
Get on subject.
Who the fuck is that speaking? You dog? Shut the fuck up and let me finish, everybody. The Supreme Court of the United States allows me the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Second Amendment, and
Thank you, Speaker. Your time's expired.
Caller ending in 6022, press *6 to unmute yourself.
Hey y'all, it's Danny. I'm out here with Streetwatch and we're at the Lamita McCoy encampment. I'd like to give general public comment with my friend Donnie.
Absolutely, please. You have a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, if this is specifically about the sweeps, it's emotionally disrupting. I mean, we're already distraught as it is, just trying to get inform our lives back, in order, and then this comes along every 3 weeks. It just makes, it is very emotionally and mentally disturbing. These are things and tactics I believe in from my research these are shows of dominance that they do in for prisoners of war, any other kind of situation like this was taking away our rights, basically, taking away our space, we have no rights, no grounds, no roots, nothing, you know, and it's just a show of dominance, really. I mean, you guys work for us. I mean, I don't know. It really makes me question some things, you know. Look, I paid taxes before, and now my personal experiences late.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 4208, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, Rob Kwan. I'd like to speak on general public comment.
Of course, Mr. Kwan. You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. I just want to note the mayor's asking, or LAPD is asking for $4 million for a protest bureau. That's more than the Ethics Commission gets. The mayor's proposed budget reduces their staff, even though they saw, we've seen 2 of your colleagues get arrested within the last year. I also want to note on the budget, I always used to respect Councilmember Krikorian for 2 things. Diligently working to restore city services after the first recession. But on that front, the separation program, those buyouts have been brutal, arbitrary, and the mayor's budget does nothing to really rectify those gaping wounds. And that SIP buyout saves us little to nothing. So thank you for that. And I also used to respect your commitment to public comment. I don't know if Nuri Martinez has gotten to you, but no public comment at 6 out of the 8 budget hearings is unacceptable. The mayor is proposing spending $10 million on a participatory budgeting pilot as you do this. Talk about ironic.
Thank
I
you,
would
Mr.
genuinely
Kwan.
have.
Caller ending in 4480, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 4480. Caller ending in 7483, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 1566, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 1566, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 1148, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
All available items, please, plus general public comment. Thank you.
Absolutely. You have 3 minutes for items 1 through 10 and items 15 through 33, followed by 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Thank you, sir. Your handling of, well, anyway, I apologize to Ms. Autry, Ms. Martinez. All votes today are, like every other day, are yes votes. Vote swaps, the bedrock, the foundation of Los Angeles sleazy council corruption. Item number 1, CD14, Kevin D. Leon, Huizar's clone, basically. That's just what we need, more alcohol. That's your priorities, that's great. Along with giving away public properties for practically nothing to developers. The same thing keeps going on. Items 19 and 26, we have 2 new construction projects that you waited 3 years for the first one to be built. These are being built $305,000 and $300,000 per unit. What happened? I wonder. Maybe people started watching you people as you were stealing the HHH money. It's gone down to $300,000 from $700,000, $650,000, $500,000, easy. A total complete ripoff. Judge Carter needs to step in as much as possible because you people will steal and steal and steal the HHH money until it's every single damn penny is gone. Meanwhile, 3 to 8 homeless people will die in the street. The projection is 20,000 people will die in the next 10 years on the street, while you people are getting campaign contributions from the developers, from the consultants, from the unions. Half that money goes to the LAPD, which you get campaign contributions from also.
So, Speaker, we seem to have moved pretty far from the items.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the 2 projects, in my words, the 2 projects, number 19 and 26, under Martinez, who's getting in the act, corrupting and taking the public's money and in the HHH fund. That's what I'm talking about. Pay attention, sir. Thank you. Ridley Thomas, a reward for $50,000. Great. For the killing of this poor gentleman, that's fine, but we need a reward for the corruption at Los Angeles City Council. That's what we need. We need a reward put out on all of you people. People are dying in the streets, and you just keep on giving away public funds, public property away. Am I in my public comment, sir?
Yeah, yes, you're ready for general. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I'll state again, on April 7th, you voted to give UCLA $15 million. That's right, Cedillo, smile. You're the only person I know that looks worse when he smiles than when he's not. $15 million to UCLA Labor Center. In contrast, you gave Dawson sitting there, yeah, that guy sitting right there. Smile, take a bow, boy. $308,000 and $20,000 a month for the lease to take the Black community's labor center, our unemployment office. How low can you get? And again, Destination Crenshaw, your little PSA, is a bunch of crap. That's a destructive.
Thank you, Speaker. Next speaker.
Caller ending in 6206, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Abdullah Muhammad, a member of the ACE organization. Public comment, please.
And you have 1 minute. Please begin.
Yes, I'm calling in support of the antitrust law that you're going to be debating on, plus the 12 amendments that Congresswoman Nikki Roman wanted attached to that bill to give it more strength to protect tenants and get anti-harassment in the city of LA. So thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 9744, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Good morning, City Council. This is Jamie Penn. I'm the Socialist Representative on the Wilshire Center Koreatown Neighborhood Council, sitting at large tomorrow. My pronouns are she, her, and I'd like to make a public comment on item 13 and general public comment.
Absolutely. You have a minute. Please begin.
All right, on 13, which I believe was voted on already, it was a non-monetary donation valued at $30,000+ from the Los Angeles Police Foundation, just to fund the purchase of internet protocol, surveillance cameras, and wireless routers. I just want to make it clear that we keep telling you not to provide more funding to the police. This does include donations, so you will be hearing about this vote. Also, I just want to ask you to generally support the Anti-Harassment Ordinance. I've endured a landlord myself who'd shut off the water and power all day for days on end, leaving pools and dust in the hallways to make the building unsafe and unlivable, nonstop harassment from their employees, just so they could remodel the units in the building and make more profit. And they're literally stealing people's housing. You really need to protect tenants. So please support this. Also, last little tidbit, where are the Friday meetings? Go ahead and cut me off, since I'm one of the informed constituents and not one of your pals wasting precious public comment time. Have a good day.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Caller ending in 7231, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Mejia, and I just want to give general public comment.
Please go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Hi there. The budget got released last week by the mayor, and I just, want to make it clear there's going to be budget discussions, and it's showing that the LAPD is going to get a 3% increase, and they're trying to get even more at the LAPD commission to handle protesters. And so, I don't think this is a justice budget or the most progressive budget at all. We're increasing the budget, the operational budget of the LAPD by $43 million or 3%. And of that $43 million, they're going to give $38 million of that to overtime, right? And so as the council members here discussed the largest budget ever, please consider going after root causes. Housing only gets 2%. Homelessness only gets 7% of the city's budget, while the LAPD gets close to 30% of the entire general city budget. So please consider that all and go for root causes. Also, if you all can please issue bonds to purchase the Hillside VO apartments.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 3318, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 3318, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, yes, this is Richie Serjanko from People's City Council. I just wanted to give general public comment, please.
Absolutely, and you have a minute. Please begin.
Yeah, so I've seen that the council members have been holding the budgetary hearing sessions, and you all got a taste of what a real participatory budgeting process looks like last night with People's Budget LA and led by Black Lives Matter LA's presentation. LAPD shot someone this morning. This is the third shooting in a couple of days. This is 15 total shootings in the year of 2021. That's just the argument in itself that we need to defund the police. I don't know how many calls we have to make, how many survey results we have to show you, how many presentations we need to do to show that we need to cut the police budget. The police will keep shooting people, they will keep killing people until we take their money away. If you care about this police violence, then stop funding them with $3 billion. I see that.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 6580, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hear me? Okay, Michelle Hope Walker, public comment. Can you hear me?
I can, and you have a minute. Please begin.
Okay. My challenge is being harassed and intimidated by the police department, LAPD Olympic Division. They had me outside standing twice when I was dealing with a hate crime. They didn't answer the phone. They were all standing out there in the daylight watching me. And so I went to the LAPD commission meeting and spoke about it. And then I feel like I'm getting harassed. Now, the people with the hate crime, the officers, great officers, they helped me. We found the person. But then I'm dealing with the captain of the Olympic Division sending cops and calling me and that's not right. And so they say the mayor and the city council are over the LAPD. So if you could please, stop police intimidating and harassing the general public when we make comments about something that they didn't do right. I mean, I didn't make it up. You can look at the tape. I was outside of their office and they wouldn't even answer the phone. It's a glass office and they see me. So, that's, why I came to you all, is because they say that you all are over the LAPD, and it's the captain of LAPD Olympic Division. And I told her.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 6022, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 6022, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 7006, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak.
It's me, Mommy. All items.
So you
And
have,
general comment.
Mr. Spindler, you have 3 minutes for the items, followed by 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay, if the bully from Pasadena will let me speak. Number one, the South Hill Street Alcohol Lounge. You can go and drink and get fucked up. And who supports it? Weezer 2.0. That's right. Sorry, FBI. Kevin Day Lyon is continuing with the alcohol. Drink up, bitch. Number two, street lighting, fuck it. Number three, Hillhurst Avenue, CD4. That's Nithya Robin Noodle. We deny the protests. Number four, more lighting for drugs and for Mike Bonin. Yes, we support it. He needs his fix. Number five, the cleaner, Mitchell Farrell, the park cleaner, needs lights. Yes. That way, if I support it, he won't send 30 cops to surround my truck again if I'm down there by Glendale Boulevard. Cunt. Number six, CD11, more lights for drugs, yes. Look at all of these. Ramen noodle on 7, ramen noodle on 8, back to Mike Butt, all these lighting districts. I'm gonna file a complaint. Give it to Gil, and he'll stop you from stealing. All right. Don't interrupt me, you puppet fuck. Now continuing. Stop talking to me, puppet.
So Mr. Spindler, please get on the agenda items.
I know, I'm sorry, it was my puppet.
Okay, your last warning.
Number 33, can I talk on that bully? I'm being bullied. Now, LA Alliance versus human rights. That's all that fucking homeless litigation shit, isn't it? But I know that looking at the last time Mr. Fauble put speaker cards was March 4th, 2020. Haven't there been more since then? Is the city covering up who speaks on public comment on federal litigation?
So, Mr. Spindler, you're still not on the items. Let's take you to general public comment now.
Yeah. Take of the general comment, yes. So general comment is a whole downtown LA was shot up this morning by some fucking maniac. Now what's going on? Everybody called 911 and they said, "Please stand by. Operators are currently busy." Yes, that's right. And that's why we need more cops in the fucking streets. So nobody wants cops. Downtown LA wants cops. Gil wants cops. Ridley Monkey wants cops. But who else wants cops? We need cops so that when you go to Starbucks, you don't get shot over a $3 latte. That's not worth your life, a fucking latte. Finally, on McDonald's, you're feeding too many people fat foods. Keep the...
Thank you, Speaker.
Okay, that concludes public comment. Members, let's prepare to vote on the following items, items 2 through 10, and items 15 through 32. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo. Councilmember Cedillo.
De Leon,
Aye.
Harris Dawson,
Yes.
Koretz, Councilmember Koretz,
Good.
Krikorian, Councilmember Krikorian, Lee,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
O'Farrell,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Rahman,
Aye.
Ridley Thomas,
Aye.
Rodriguez,
Aye.
and one more time back to Councilmember Cedillo, Koretz, or Krikorian.
Aye. Sorry.
Thank you. 13 ayes. These items are adopted.
Okay, let's move on to item number 1. Please call the roll.
Blumenfield,
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin,
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino,
Aye.
Cedillo,
Cedillo, aye.
De Leon,
Aye.
Harris Dawson,
Yes.
Koretz, Krikorian,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
O'Farrell,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Rahman,
Yes.
Ridley Thomas,
Aye.
Rodriguez,
Aye.
and once more to Councilmember Koretz. 14 members. The motion is adopted.
Okay, thank you. Members, we're now going to move into closed session for item number 33. The sergeants can please help prepare the room as well as our ITA folks for our virtual meeting. Thank you. We'll be back in about 3 minutes.
Our office has been laser focused on keeping our neighborhoods healthy and safe. A key to that effort was my tripling of the very effective neighborhood prosecutor program. A neighborhood prosecutor, simply put, is a problem solver, embedded not downtown, but in the communities we serve. There are many important examples of their great work. I wanted to give you just one recent example. My office receives complaints about illegal gambling in LA neighborhoods. I'm talking about organized gambling operations, not an occasional poker game. Our Foothill neighborhood prosecutor, Mark Ross, is currently prosecuting an important case where he's charging 19 individuals for allegedly participating in an illegal gambling casino. This alleged casino purportedly featured a slew of computerized slot machines. The property where the casino is alleged to have operated is directly across the street from where kids play each day at the Sunland Recreation Center. Why is it important to crack down on an alleged illegal casino in a neighborhood? Would you want one across the street from your children's neighborhood park? In addition, just as our office enforced the Safer at Home order during the pandemic when non-essential businesses remained open, this business allegedly flouted public health and safety directives. And here there's more, of course. Illegal businesses like a casino aren't inspected by city authorities and may not follow key building and safety or fire laws. That makes them potentially dangerous. And that's not to mention the possibility that such locations, by their very nature, can attract crime to neighborhoods like this one in Sunland. Our neighborhood prosecutors are there for you. Please go to our website to find yours at lacityattorney.org/neighborhood prosecutors. I'm Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Fewer. Thanks for watching.
think about nature, the first thing that comes to mind might be a far-off wilderness or park, a place that might be really different than where we live. But if you take a moment to take a look, you will notice that nature is actually all around us, even in our cities and suburbs. This urban wild is extremely important and helps to create healthy and sustainable habitats for people to live in too. Help us learn even more about the unique nature that exists within our city by sharing what you see living around you on iNaturalist during the City Nature Challenge. What is the City Nature Challenge? It's an annual competition organized by the Natural History Museum of LA County and the California Academy of Sciences to get people from over 400 cities around the globe to compete to see who can find the most nature. And guess what? You don't have to be a scientist or even an adult to participate and record the plants, animals, and even fungi. No, not that kind of fungi. This kind of fungi that's living around you in Los Angeles or wherever you're tuning in from. Everyone can participate. It's as easy as downloading the free iNaturalist app on your smartphone and making an account, clicking observe, and then taking photos of as much nature as you can. So why get involved? The observations that you make, including the photo, date, and location, contribute to an international open source database of information that helps parks, governments, scientists, and residents make important decisions. Your photos might help identify a rare or introduced species, might help track how an area recovers after a wildfire, or might help simply document what exists within a park's boundaries or inside of a city's limits. Every observation that is recorded using iNaturalist contributes to biodiversity science, from the rarest butterfly to the most common backyard weed. Help us understand even more about the unique nature that exists within cities by sharing what you see living around you on iNaturalist during the City Nature Challenge, April 30th through May 3rd, and beyond. The more people participate, the more species we observe, and the more we add to the global understanding of biodiversity, especially that exists within cities. Now more than ever, we need to discover, share, and understand urban nature so we can help make cities better places for plants, animals, and us to live. Don't miss your chance to get involved. Go to citynaturechallenge.org to learn more.
Today we reflect on a solemn time in our world's history when 1.5 million Armenian people were murdered and millions were displaced by the Ottoman Empire. As we honor the memory of those souls, we recommit to our promise that this will never happen again. When we recognize the Armenian genocide, we must use the word genocide because we cannot fail to acknowledge the scale of the atrocity. These were the people with families, friends, and dreams, and their humanity is bigger than a day of remembrance. But from this horror and destruction, the Armenian community persevered. And in Los Angeles, we are lucky to have such a vibrant Armenian community, a community that makes the district I represent a better place. I stand with you today and every day.
Tonight, I'm excited to announce the Buscaino Community Grants Program. I can't wait to see the transformative proposals people will submit to improve our neighborhoods. Remember, these are your communities. Thanks so much for watching.
No child, no school employee should have to put themselves in harm's way, put themselves at risk of a sharp metal object landing next to them or hitting them on a school campus anywhere in Los Angeles.
this pandemic has taken a toll on families across our country, and the brunt of this crisis fell on the shoulders of women and working mothers. To date, members, we have lost 3 million women who have dropped out of the workforce, and the female workforce participation has dropped to 57%, which has been the lowest since 1988.
The Los Angeles Department of Transportation has released a report of its findings from the 2019 walk and bike count. The report uncovered trends in active city travel broken down by demographic. The report suggests a 14% increase in women biking, particularly on roads with lanes dedicated to cyclists. The report also explores how transportation investments can make streets feel safer and more comfortable for people of all ages and abilities. To read the full report, visit ladot.lacity.org/walk-bike-count. Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell recently toured a new tiny homes village for people experiencing homelessness in the 13th District. These tiny homes, what Councilmember O'Farrell is calling safe sleep cabins, are designed by formerly homeless individuals and will include access to showers and other services. With construction ahead of schedule, it is expected that as many as 74 people will be moved in and off the streets by mid-May. City Attorney Mike Feuer has announced that his office has secured a court ruling in his 2018 lawsuit against Candy Pens. Candy Pens Incorporated is a California-based company that manufactures tobacco products, including vaping devices and e-liquids. Feuer alleged that Candy Pens targeted young consumers with social media marketing and did not restrict access to its social media ads for persons under 21. A city attorney investigator was able to purchase tobacco products from the Candy Pens website while posing as a teen customer, in direct violation of California's Stake Act. Candy Pens will be required to pay a $1.2 million penalty for past violations. Join the Los Angeles Public Library for a fun Dia celebration. Featuring many cultures and traditions, LAPL's children's librarians from all over the city will unite to present special activities. This program offers something for everyone, including a cooking demonstration, storytelling, puppet shows, songs, poetry, and craft activities. The Dia celebration is online at the Los Angeles Public Library's Facebook and YouTube pages. Angelsgate Cultural Center wants you to check out Readaptations. The exhibition includes works by Angelsgate studio artists with a theme of connection with each other, our daily routines, and inner self in a post-pandemic world. Readaptations also aims to demonstrate the resilience of artists to adapt, understand, and ultimately reinvent themselves when faced with challenges. The reopening of Angelsgate Cultural Center is still pending, but you can explore the virtual gallery. Just visit angelsgateart.org. Join Mayor Eric Garcetti as he drafts LA artists into service for the Reimagined Public Art program. The program asks artists to explore themes and techniques of the new hybrid space in public art between the physical and the virtual. Some exhibition showcases already created include House and Home, Bridging the Digital Divide, and Community Care. So be sure to check out Reimagined Public Art exhibitions brought to you by the LA Department of Cultural Affairs. For more information, please visit culturela.org/reimagine. Metro Los Angeles wants you to celebrate Earth Month by attending their upcoming Zoom event. Metro Conversations, Investing in People for a Sustainable Future, will explore their next-generation workforce programs. These programs honor sustainability by investing in youth, veterans, educators, and historically underserved communities. Chris Liban, Metro's Chief Sustainability Officer will be in attendance for a conversation that is open to anyone. Don't miss Metro Conversations, Investing in People for a Sustainable Future, happening Wednesday, April 28th, beginning at 12 p.m. For more information, visit the Facebook page for Metro Los Angeles. And that's a look at some virtual things to do.
Not sure who to contact in Los Angeles when you have to request bulky item pickup, graffiti removal, report animal-related services, notify the city of illegal dumping, pothole repair, street sweeping, find city resources, pay your LADWP bill, and so on and so on and so on. Well, thanks to the updated MyLA 311 app, you have the answer to all your questions in the palm of your hand. Just visit the App Store on iOS or the Google Play Store on Android and download the free MyLA 311 app. How does it work? Well, let's take a bulky item for example. It's way too big to fit in your car, right? Just open up the app, touch the Create a Service Request tab, and this takes you to the Create Service Request page. Under Popular Service Request, right on top of the list is bulky items. Touch the tab and a new window opens up. If the item does not belong to you, touch the No button and fill out the required information. Check this out. You can hold and drag to move the pin or enter the street address or intersection below. Moving the pin is handy when the location needed does not quite match up to the nearest address or intersection, such as along park trails, the LA River, or on vacant lots. Hit the Done button when you are ready to move forward. Our new MyLA 311 system will now inform you of other open service requests at the same location to avoid taking duplicate requests. Next, touch Details. You'll notice there's quite a selection of bulky items to choose from. Once the item and quantity are selected, you can help us by providing even further details by touching the Select location of the item. You can even add more than one item to this service request. Once all the items are added, touch Done. If you haven't registered for an account, we'll talk more about that in just a bit. You can enter your contact info or choose to submit anonymously. Next, you can add a photo by taking one using the app or by using an existing picture on your phone. It's especially helpful to city departments if you include comments about hard-to-find locations such as next to this address in the vacant lot under the palm tree. You'll notice a targeted service date has just been added. This is the date you will need to have your bulky items out on the curb by 5 a.m., if not out already. Then, all you need to do is hit Submit and confirm your service request, and you're done. A service request number will pop up. From here, you can create another request for this or another location, return to the home page, or exit the app. But before you go, you'll see we provided the information of the appropriate agency handling your specific request. This will help you follow up if necessary. Let's go back to the home page to check out some more details. Now, in order to view your service request, you first have to log on or register for an account. If you have an LADWP online account, you can use that login information. If not, you can still create your own MyLA 311 account. The process is very similar to most online accounts. You can also find city facilities near your current location by selecting the City Info icon. You can either enter an address or touch the funnel icon to narrow or expand your search. Simply select the areas or services you are looking for and then touch the icons that pop up on the map. You can look up information about city services from our City Services directory. Other options include city bill pay and even viewing city social media feeds using City Hall News. Now, if you prefer to use the service from your computer, simply go to lacity.org and click the 311 icon and then select your choice from the menu. My LA 311. It puts the power of City Hall in your hands.
Discover what milestones await your baby and what they need. Go to first5california.com. Descubre qué indicadores le esperan a tu bebé. Visita first5california.com/español.
Hey, Dad. Dad.
There are other ways of saving money and energy around your house. Did you know that LADWP is now offering cash rebates for you to retrofit your home to be more energy and water efficient? It's good for California, and it's good for Dad. Let's make California a better place to live, starting with our homes. To get your rebates, go to www.ladwp.com/save.
Not it.
My name is Ken Pratt, Deputy Executive Officer for Metro. Welcome to Union Station.
Welcome to Union Station, the transportation hub in the heart of Los Angeles. This is your stop for LA history, art, and culture at the largest multimodal passenger terminal in the western United States. For millions of people traveling to and through the city of Los Angeles by train, Union Station will be a stop along their journey. Since opening in 1939, the Los Angeles Union Station has been regarded as the last of the great train stations. It is also considered one of LA's architectural gems, featuring a Mission Moderne style, an innovative blend of Spanish colonial, Mission Revival, and Art Deco architecture. Designed by a father-son architect team, John and Donald Parkinson, Union Station was created with the California lifestyle in mind. Union Station offers a spacious ticket concourse that includes a 110-foot-long American black walnut ticket counter, a waiting room with 40-foot windows adorned with brass, massive Art Deco chandeliers, inlaid marble floors, hand-painted mission tiles, and expansive shaded patios, towering palm trees, and a 100-foot clock tower. These architectural features, along with its history and cultural significance, have helped Union Station receive Historic Cultural Monument designation from the City of Los Angeles in 1972 and recognition by the National Register of Historic Places in 1980. Today, Union Station is more than just a transportation center. It is an experience for both visitors and commuters. It is home to the Trax Restaurant, one of the city's most unique formal culinary experiences, and the Imperial Western Beer Company and Streamliner Bar, as well as a variety of casual eateries. Artwork from locally renowned artists can also be seen throughout the station. Take the Metro or the Dash and enjoy the sights, bites, and culture of this architectural marvel and Los Angeles landmark. I am Ken Pratt, Deputy Executive Officer with Metro, and I invite you to come and discover Union Station.
Parenting during a pandemic? Get activities, resources, tips, and support. Go to first5california.com. ¿Estás criando un niño durante la pandemia? Obtén actividades, recursos, consejos y apoyos. Visita first5california.com/español.
You may have noticed that at some intersections, the walk sign at the crosswalk starts a little earlier than the green light for people driving. This is called a leading pedestrian interval. It's a transportation term that means those of us using the sidewalk get a 3 to 7 second head start over cars. Giving pedestrians just a few seconds to fully enter the crosswalk makes it much more likely that drivers who are making turns will see them. This very simple timing change can have a big impact on street safety. Leading pedestrian intervals reduce crashes between people driving and people walking by as much as 60%. Moving LA forward.
The promise of a brighter tomorrow is at home with you today. So when you need advice, activities, and access to free resources, head to California's parenting website, first5california.com. La promesa de un mejor futuro vive hoy en tu hogar. Cuando busques consejos, actividades y recursos gratuitos, visita el sitio web dedicado a las madres y a los padres de California. first5california.com/español.
Our office has been laser focused on keeping our neighborhoods healthy and safe. A key to that effort was my tripling of the very effective neighborhood prosecutor program. A neighborhood prosecutor, simply put, is a problem solver, embedded not downtown, but in the communities we serve. There are many important examples of their great work. I wanted to give you just one recent example. My office receives complaints about illegal gambling in LA neighborhoods. I'm talking about organized gambling operations, not an occasional poker game. Our Foothill neighborhood prosecutor, Mark Ross, is currently prosecuting an important case where he's charging 19 individuals for allegedly participating in an illegal gambling casino. This alleged casino purportedly featured a slew of computerized slot machines. The property where the casino is alleged to have operated is directly across the street from where kids play each day at the Sunland Recreation Center. Why is it important to crack down on an alleged illegal casino in a neighborhood? Would you want one across the street from your children's neighborhood park? In addition, just as our office enforced the Safer at Home order during the pandemic when non-essential businesses remained open, this business allegedly flouted public health and safety directives. And here there's more, of course. Illegal businesses like a casino aren't inspected by city authorities and may not follow key building and safety or fire laws. That makes them potentially dangerous. And that's not to mention the possibility that such locations, by their very nature, can attract crime to neighborhoods like this one in Sunland. Our neighborhood prosecutors are there for you. Please go to our website to find yours at lacityattorney.org/neighborhood prosecutors. I'm Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Fewer. Thanks for watching.
About nature, the first thing that comes to mind might be a far-off wilderness or park, a place that might be really different than where we live. But if you take a moment to take a look, you will notice that nature is actually all around us, even in our cities and suburbs. This urban wild is extremely important and helps to create healthy and sustainable habitats for people to live in too. Help us learn even more about the unique nature that exists within our city by sharing what you see living around you on iNaturalist during the City Nature Challenge. What is the City Nature Challenge? It's an annual competition organized by the Natural History Museum of LA County and the California Academy of Sciences to get people from over 400 cities around the globe to compete to see who can find the most nature. And guess what? You don't have to be a scientist or even an adult to participate and record the plants, animals, and even fungi. No, not that kind of fungi. This kind of fungi that's living around you in Los Angeles or wherever you're tuning in from. Everyone can participate. It's as easy as downloading the free iNaturalist app on your smartphone and making an account, clicking observe, and then taking photos of as much nature as you can. So why get involved? The observations that you make, including the photo, date, and location, contribute to an international open source database of information that helps parks, governments, scientists, and residents make important decisions. Your photos might help identify a rare or introduced species, might help track how an area recovers after a wildfire, or might help simply document what exists within a park's boundaries or inside of a city's limits. Every observation that is recorded using iNaturalist contributes to biodiversity science, from the rarest butterfly to the most common backyard weed. Help us understand even more about the unique nature that exists within cities by sharing what you see living around you on iNaturalist during the City Nature Challenge, April 30th through May 3rd, and beyond. The more people participate, the more species we observe, and the more we add to the global understanding of biodiversity, especially that exists within cities. Now more than ever, we need to discover, share, and understand urban nature so we can help make cities better places for plants, animals, and us to live. Don't miss your chance to get involved. Go to citynaturechallenge.org to learn more.
Today we reflect on a solemn time in our world's history, when 1.5 million Armenian people were murdered and millions were displaced by the Ottoman Empire. As we honor the memory of those souls, we recommit to our promise that this will never happen again. When we recognize the Armenian genocide, we must use the word genocide, because we cannot fail to acknowledge the scale of the atrocity. These were the people with families, friends, and dreams, and their humanity is bigger than a day of remembrance. But from this horror and destruction, the Armenian community persevered. And in Los Angeles, we are lucky to have such a vibrant Armenian community, a community that makes the district I represent a better place. I stand with you today and every day.
tonight I'm excited to announce the Buscaino Community Grants Program. I can't wait to see the transformative proposals people will submit to improve our neighborhoods. Remember, these are your communities. Thanks so much for watching.
No child, no school employee should have to put themselves in harm's way, put themselves at risk of a sharp metal object landing next to them or hitting them on a school campus anywhere in Los Angeles.
this pandemic has taken a toll on families across our country, and the brunt of this crisis fell on the shoulders of women and working mothers. To date, members, we have lost 3 million women who have dropped out of the workforce, and the female workforce participation has dropped to 57%, which has been the lowest since 1988.
The Los Angeles Department of Transportation has released a report of its findings from the 2019 walk and bike count. The report uncovered trends in active city travel broken down by demographic. The report suggests a 14% increase in women biking, particularly on roads with lanes dedicated to cyclists. The report also explores how transportation investments can make streets feel safer and more comfortable for people of all ages and abilities. To read the full report, visit ladot.lacity.org/walk-bike-count. Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell recently toured a new tiny homes village for people experiencing homelessness in the 13th District. These tiny homes, what Councilmember O'Farrell is calling safe sleep cabins, are designed by formerly homeless individuals and will include access to showers and other services. With construction ahead of schedule, it is expected that as many as 74 people will be moved in and off the streets by mid-May. City Attorney Mike Feuer has announced that his office has secured a court ruling in his 2018 lawsuit against Candy Pens. Candy Pens Incorporated is a California-based company that manufactures tobacco products, including vaping devices and e-liquids. Feuer alleged that Candy Pens targeted young consumers with social media marketing and did not restrict access to its social media ads for persons under 21. A city attorney investigator was able to purchase tobacco products from the Candy Pens website while posing as a teen customer, in direct violation of California's Stake Act. Candy Pens will be required to pay a $1.2 million penalty for past violations. Join the Los Angeles Public Library for a fun Dia celebration. Featuring many cultures and traditions, LAPL's children's librarians from all over the city will unite to present special activities. This program offers something for everyone, including a cooking demonstration, storytelling, puppet shows, songs, poetry, and craft activities. The Dia celebration is online at the Los Angeles Public Library's Facebook and YouTube pages. Angelsgate Cultural Center wants you to check out Readaptations. The exhibition includes works by Angelsgate studio artists with the theme of connection with each other, our daily routines, and inner self in a post-pandemic world. Readaptations also aims to demonstrate the resilience of artists to adapt, understand, and ultimately reinvent themselves when faced with challenges. The reopening of Angelsgate Cultural Center is still pending, but you can explore the virtual gallery. Just visit angelsgateart.org. Join Mayor Eric Garcetti as he drafts LA artists into service for the Reimagined Public Art program. The program asks artists to explore themes and techniques of the new hybrid space and public art between the physical and the virtual. Some exhibition showcases already created include House and Home, Bridging the Digital Divide, and Community Care. So be sure to check out Reimagined Public Art exhibitions brought to you by the LA Department of Cultural Affairs. For more information, please visit culturela.org/reimagine. Metro Los Angeles wants you to celebrate Earth Month by attending their upcoming Zoom event. Metro Conversations, Investing in People for a Sustainable Future, will explore their next generation workforce programs. These programs honor sustainability by investing in youth, veterans, educators, and historically underserved communities. Chris Liban, Metro's Chief Sustainability Officer will be in attendance for a conversation that is open to anyone. Don't miss Metro Conversations, Investing in People for a Sustainable Future, happening Wednesday, April 28th, beginning at 12 p.m. For more information, visit the Facebook page for Metro Los Angeles. And that's a look at some virtual things to do.
Not sure who to contact in Los Angeles when you have to request bulky item pickup, graffiti removal, report animal-related services, notify the city of illegal dumping, pothole repair, street sweeping, find city resources, pay your LADWP bill, and so on and so on and so on. Well, thanks to the updated MyLA 311 app, you have the answer to all your questions in the palm of your hand. Just visit the App Store on iOS or the Google Play Store on Android and download the free MyLA 311 app. How does it work? Well, let's take a bulky item for example. It's way too big to fit in your car, right? Just open up the app, touch the Create a Service Request tab, and this takes you to the Create Service Request page. Under Popular Service Request, right on top of the list is bulky items. Touch the tab and a new window opens up. If the item does not belong to you, touch the No button and fill out the required information. Check this out. You can hold and drag to move the pin or enter the street address or intersection below. Moving the pin is handy when the location needed does not quite match up to the nearest address or intersection, such as along park trails, the LA River, or on vacant lots. Hit the Done button when you are ready to move forward. Our new MyLA 311 system will now inform you of other open service requests at the same location to avoid taking duplicate requests. Next, touch Details. You'll notice there's quite a selection of bulky items to choose from. Once the item and quantity are selected, you can help us by providing even further details by touching the Select location of the item. You can even add more than one item to this service request. Once all the items are added, touch Done. If you haven't registered for an account, we'll talk more about that in just a bit. You can enter your contact info or choose to submit anonymously. Next, you can add a photo by taking one using the app or by using an existing picture on your phone. It's especially helpful to city departments if you include comments about hard-to-find locations such as next to this address in the vacant lot under the palm tree. You'll notice a targeted service date has just been added. This is the date you will need to have your bulky items out on the curb by 5 a.m., if not out already. Then, all you need to do is hit Submit and confirm your service request, and you're done. A service request number will pop up. From here, you can create another request for this or another location, return to the home page, or exit the app. But before you go, you'll see we provided the information of the appropriate agency handling your specific request. This will help you follow up if necessary. Let's go back to the home page to check out some more details. Now, in order to view your service request, you first have to log on or register for an account. If you have an LADWP online account, you can use that login information. If not, you can still create your own MyLA 311 account. The process is very similar to most online accounts. You can also find city facilities near your current location by selecting the City Info icon. You can either enter an address or touch the funnel icon to narrow or expand your search. Simply select the areas or services you are looking for and then touch the icons that pop up on the map. You can look up information about city services from our City Services directory. Other options include city bill pay and even viewing city social media feeds using City Hall News. Now, if you prefer to use the service from your computer, simply go to lacity.org and click the 311 icon and then select your choice from the menu. My LA 311. It puts the power of City Hall in your hands.
Discover what milestones await your baby and what they need. Go to first5california.com. Descubre qué indicadores le esperan a tu bebé. Visita first5california.com/español.
Again? Hey, Dad. Dad.
There are other ways of saving money and energy around your house. Did you know that LADWP is now offering cash rebates for you to retrofit your home to be more energy and water efficient? It's good for California, and it's good for Dad. Let's make California a better place to live, starting with our homes. To get your rebates, go to www.ladwp.com/save.
Not it.
My name is Ken Pratt, Deputy Executive Officer for Metro. Welcome to Union Station.
Welcome to Union Station, the transportation hub in the heart of Los Angeles. This is your stop for LA history, art, and culture at the largest multimodal passenger terminal in the western United States. For millions of people traveling to and through the city of Los Angeles by train, Union Station will be a stop along their journey. Since opening in 1939, the Los Angeles Union Station has been regarded as the last of the great train stations. It is also considered one of LA's architectural gems, featuring a Mission Moderne style, an innovative blend of Spanish colonial, Mission Revival, and Art Deco architecture. Designed by a father-son architect team, John and Donald Parkinson, Union Station was created with the California lifestyle in mind. Union Station offers a spacious ticket concourse that includes a 110-foot long American black walnut ticket counter, a waiting room with 40-foot windows adorned with brass, massive Art Deco chandeliers, inlaid marble floors, hand-painted mission tiles, and expansive shaded patios, towering palm trees, and a 100-foot clock tower. These architectural features, along with its history and cultural significance, have helped Union Station receive Historic Cultural Monument designation from the City of Los Angeles in 1972 and recognition by the National Register of Historic Places in 1980. Today, Union Station is more than just a transportation center. It is an experience for both visitors and commuters. It is home to the Trax Restaurant, one of the city's most unique formal culinary experiences, and the Imperial Western Beer Company and Streamliner Bar, as well as a variety of casual eateries. Artwork from locally renowned artists can also be seen throughout the station. Take the Metro or the Dash and enjoy the sights, bites, and culture of this architectural marvel and Los Angeles landmark. I am Ken Pratt, Deputy Executive Officer with Metro, and I invite you to come and discover Union Station.
Parenting during a pandemic? Get activities, resources, tips, and support. Go to first5california.com. ¿Estás criando un niño durante la pandemia? Obtén actividades, recursos, consejos y apoyos. Visita first5california.com/español. You may have noticed that at some intersections, the walk sign at the crosswalk starts a little earlier than the green light for people driving. This is called a leading pedestrian interval. It's a transportation term that means those of us using the sidewalk get a 3 to 7 second head start over cars. Giving pedestrians just a few seconds to fully enter the crosswalk makes it much more likely that drivers who are making turns will see them. This very simple timing change can have a big impact on street safety. Leading pedestrian intervals reduce crashes between people driving and people walking by as much as 60%. Moving LA forward. The promise of a brighter tomorrow is at home with you today. So when you need advice, activities, and access to free resources, head to California's parenting website, first5california.com. La promesa de un mejor futuro vive hoy en tu hogar. Cuando busques consejos, actividades y recursos gratuitos, visita el sitio web dedicado a las madres y a los padres de California, first5california.com/español.
Our office has been laser focused on keeping our neighborhoods healthy and safe. A key to that effort was my tripling of the very effective neighborhood prosecutor program. A neighborhood prosecutor, simply put, is a problem solver, embedded not downtown, but in the communities we serve. There are many important examples of their great work. I wanted to give you just one recent example. My office receives complaints about illegal gambling in LA neighborhoods. I'm talking about organized gambling operations, not an occasional poker game. Our Foothill neighborhood prosecutor, Mark Ross, is currently prosecuting an important case where he's charging 19 individuals for allegedly participating in an illegal gambling casino. This alleged casino purportedly featured a slew of computerized slot machines. The property where the casino is alleged to have operated is directly across the street from where kids play each day at the Sunland Recreation Center. Why is it important to crack down on an alleged illegal casino in a neighborhood? Would you want one across the street from your children's neighborhood park? In addition, just as our office enforced the Safer at Home order during the pandemic when non-essential businesses remained open, this business allegedly flouted public health and safety directives. And here there's more, of course. Illegal businesses like a casino aren't inspected by city authorities and may not follow key building and safety or fire laws. That makes them potentially dangerous. And that's not to mention the possibility that such locations, by their very nature, can attract crime to neighborhoods like this one in Sunland. Our neighborhood prosecutors are there for you. Please go to our website to find yours at lacityattorney.org/neighborhood prosecutors. I'm Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Fewer. Thanks for watching.
we think about nature, the first thing that comes to mind might be a far-off wilderness or park, a place that might be really different than where we live. But if you take a moment to take a look, you will notice that nature is actually all around us, even in our cities and suburbs. This urban wild is extremely important and helps to create healthy and sustainable habitats for people to live in too. Help us learn even more about the unique nature that exists within our city by sharing what you see living around you on iNaturalist during the City Nature Challenge. What is the City Nature Challenge? It's an annual competition organized by the Natural History Museum of LA County and the California Academy of Sciences to get people from over 400 cities around the globe to compete to see who can find the most nature. And guess what? You don't have to be a scientist or even an adult to participate and record the plants, animals, and even fungi. No, not that kind of fungi. This kind of fungi that's living around you in Los Angeles or wherever you're tuning in from. Everyone can participate. It's as easy as downloading the free iNaturalist app on your smartphone and making an account, clicking observe, and then taking photos of as much nature as you can. So why get involved? The observations that you make, including the photo, date, and location, contribute to an international open source database of information that helps parks, governments, scientists, and residents make important decisions. Your photos might help identify a rare or introduced species, might help track how an area recovers after a wildfire, or might help simply document what exists within a park's boundaries or inside of a city's limits. Every observation that is recorded using iNaturalist contributes to biodiversity science, from the rarest butterfly to the most common backyard weed. Help us understand even more about the unique nature that exists within cities by sharing what you see living around you on iNaturalist during the City Nature Challenge, April 30th through May 3rd and beyond. The more people participate, the more species we observe, and the more we add to the global understanding of biodiversity, especially that exists within cities. Now more than ever, we need to discover, share, and understand urban nature so we can help make cities better places for plants, animals, and us to live. Don't miss your chance to get involved. Go to citynaturechallenge.org to learn more.
Today we reflect on a solemn time in our world's history, when 1.5 million Armenian people were murdered and millions were displaced by the Ottoman Empire. As we honor the memory of those souls, we recommit to our promise that this will never happen again. When we recognize the Armenian genocide, we must use the word genocide, because we cannot fail to acknowledge the scale of the atrocity. These were the people with families, friends, and dreams, and their humanity is bigger than a day of remembrance. But from this horror and destruction, the Armenian community persevered. And in Los Angeles, we are lucky to have such a vibrant Armenian community, a community that makes the district I represent a better place. I stand with you today and every day.
Tonight, I'm excited to announce the Buscaino Community Grants Program. I can't wait to see the transformative proposals people will submit to improve our neighborhoods. Remember, these are your communities. Thanks so much for watching.
No child, no school employee should have to put themselves in harm's way, put themselves at risk of a sharp metal object landing next to them or hitting them on a school campus anywhere in Los Angeles.
this pandemic has taken a toll on families across our country, and the brunt of this crisis fell on the shoulders of women and working mothers. To date, members, we have lost 3 million women who have dropped out of the workforce, and the female workforce participation has dropped to 57%, which has been the lowest since 1988.
The Los Angeles Department of Transportation has released a report of its findings from the 2019 walk and bike count. The report uncovered trends in active city travel broken down by demographic. The report suggests a 14% increase in women biking, particularly on roads with lanes dedicated to cyclists. The report also explores how transportation investments can make streets feel safer and more comfortable for people of all ages and abilities. To read the full report, visit ladot.lacity.org/walk-bike-count. Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell recently toured a new tiny homes village for people experiencing homelessness in the 13th District. These tiny homes, what Councilmember O'Farrell is calling safe sleep cabins, are designed by formerly homeless individuals and will include access to showers and other services.
Okay, members, we're back in open session. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blumenfield.
Blumenfield present.
Thank you. Bonin.
Cedillo here.
Councilmember Bonin.
De Leon here. Here we go.
Councilmember Buscaino. Councilmember Cedillo was here. Councilmember De Leon. Councilmember De Leon.
Here.
Thank you. Harris
Roger
Dawson.
said, "Wake up, everybody."
Harris
Blue
Dawson.
Note said, "Wake up, everybody." Come on.
Mr. Cedillo, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Please continue.
Councilmember Harris Dawson.
Present.
Koretz. Councilmember Koretz. Krikorian.
Here.
Lee.
Present.
Martinez.
Present.
O'Farrell.
Present.
Price.
Present.
Rahman.
Here.
Ridley Thomas.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
13 members and a quorum, Madam President.
Okay, thank you, Mr. City Attorney.
Yes, so just a note, there is nothing to report out under the Brown Act from closed session, and if you don't mind, Mr. Krikorian, I will repeat that you have postponed the start of budget and finance hearings until 1:30 for members of the public that are listening now.
Yes, actually, we're going to make it 1:45 to allow the members of the committee who are still in this meeting to have an opportunity to take a brief break before we begin. So we'll begin at 1:45.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Krikorian.
Mr. Krikorian. Madam Clerk, where are we at in our meeting, our agenda, I should say?
Madam President, Council has motions for posting a referral. Motions will be posted on the City Clerk's website shortly after the meeting for the public's viewing. To subscribe to receive copies of today's motions, please visit clerk.lacity.org.
Okay, those are posted and referred. Members, are there any announcements? Okay, seeing none, adjourning motions, Mr. Cedillo.
Madam Chair, thank you very much. I want to ask that we close in
man who committed his career and life to public service, an incredible friend, someone we used to kindly refer to as the mayor of East Los Angeles. Gilbert Girakos was the consummate public service and public servant who dedicated his life to serving the Latino and underserved communities, a strong believer and advocate for constituent representation and servicing. I really enjoyed my conversations with him when we would talk about the good old days and what electeds should be doing now, but they always centered around constituent services. He had been a senior and executive level staffer, worked for the great Ed Edelman and the great Richard Alatorre, as well as the United Way and others. He worked also in East Los Angeles and the San Fernando Valley. He was an assistant to Mayor Sam Yorty during the transformative years of the 60s and the 70s. And as I said later, worked for Ed Edelman and was Alatorre's chief of staff. His commitment to the community is what resulted in him being referred to as the mayor of East LA. He was a family man. He loved his wife. They were a couple that you always saw together at every important event on the East Side. In fact, it's impossible for me to think of ever seeing her without him because they were always together, deeply in love. I had the honor of talking to her on Friday to say goodbye to him on Friday afternoon. And just what an incredible public servant he was. He set a great example for many. Many have worked under him and many were trained by him. And it's with great sadness that we say goodbye to the mayor of East LA. I'm joined by President Pro Tem Kevin De Leon on this matter. Thank you.
Mr. Ridley Thomas?
Actually was gonna do this, Madam President, unless Mr. Ridley Thomas was gonna join in at this specific adjournment. No, this is just a point, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Senator Cedillo. Gil Girakos was a lifelong dedicated volunteer in many nonprofit organizations, including the East Los Angeles Boys and Girls Club, East LA Big Brothers, California Highway Patrol, the East LA Advisory Council, the Mexican American Alumni Association, and many others. And with a big heart and compassionate humanity, Gil was a beloved family member and a church friend to many. Like what Senator Cedillo just mentioned, he'll be fondly remembered for his kindness and honesty, his dedication to service and to the community. I had the pleasure of meeting him the first time I ever ran for office for the California State Assembly. And he filled me with so much advice and counsel. For those who had the privilege of going to La Carreta, where so many folks go, still today, we would always meet at La Carreta, Cesar Chavez, and have breakfast and have lunch and with his wisdom, his sage advice, he would provide freely. So I joined my colleague, Mr. Cedillo, in adjourning in the memory of the great Gil Girakos.
Mr. Ridley Thomas?
Thank you, Madam President, colleagues. I sadly adjourn in honor of Irene B. West, a trailblazing educator and the mother of my dear friend Cornell West. She passed away on April 21st at the age of 88. She was an extraordinary person, born in Crowley, Louisiana on July the 3rd, 1932. She came from a family of teachers and went on to attend Fisk University, a historically Black college and university in Tennessee. And after graduating as valedictorian of her high school class, she kept it moving. She moved to Sacramento with her husband, Clifton West, who was an employee at the McClellan Air Force Base. And that was in 1962. Ms. West soon became Elk Grove's first African-American teacher, who taught at a number of schools and went on to serve as the principal of 7 schools in the Elk Grove Unified School District. Her career as an educator spanned over some 30 years. In 2002, elementary school was named in her honor. Students at the Irene B. West Elementary School proudly shouted a slogan, and I was present to witness it. It said, "Go to West and go to college." And Irene West was passionate about early education, helping develop a passion for learning, making learning fun. She inspired so many other teachers by breaking barriers, leading by example, and facing the challenges of being first. She was a remarkable, selfless woman who is survived by her 4 children, Clifton, Cheryl, Cynthia, and Ornell. And lastly, we adjourn today. As we adjourn today, I'd like to share with you Ms. West's favorite proverb. And it is as follows: if you can't be a highway, then be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size what you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. Wise words for all of us to live by, she would often say. May she rest in peace and power and know that her legacy lives on. Irene B. West. Madam President and colleagues.
Thank you, Mr. Willie Thomas. Seeing no other adjourning motions, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you.